Howdy, 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 my beautiful Gemini. How are you doing today, darling? Let's get into your weekly tarot reading, Gemini, for November 2022. See what's going to be happening in your life this week, or what horoscope, what predictions we could be making for you today, Gemini, all right, through these tarot cards. So if you enjoy this tarot reading, Gemini, let me know in the comments below how this tarot reading helps you out, because that's how I connect with you, of course, darling, all right? Ooh, starting out real strong, Gemini, with the Star card, and then the Empress and King of Swords. Let's go. Anyways, Gemini, if you do enjoy this tarot reading, let me know in the comments, as I said, and then give this video a like and subscribe if this does resonate with you, because it does help me out quite a bit, and it's free to do. And I always appreciate those who do the extra step to support me in that way. So with all that being said, let's just get started with your reading here, Gemini, because we have some pretty interesting cards here, darling. All right, so I'm gonna wait on these two rows here. There's a lot to unpack, especially with this third row here, Gemini. All good things, I will say, all good things. I feel like we're getting back on track for you, Gemini. Let's just get right into your first row here. All right, so we have the Star card, the Empress, and the King of Swords coming in for you. All right, November, I'm going to tell you, Gemini, is a really good month for you overall. I know this is a weekly tarot reading, November, for you. I called you November, Gemini. I know this is just a weekly reading for you, Gemini, but I will be saying this is your month. I don't know what has happened. I don't know if you've recently done a bunch of research, Gemini. You are very connected. All right, whether this is spiritually or just with your own intelligence. When I see this King of Swords energy, Gemini, I see someone that's extremely intelligent. You probably are able to read somebody the moment they walk into a room. Like you see through people, you see through situations. The way that you understand life and all of that is from a much greater perspective, due to Empress energy, due to the life that you have had to live. Gemini, due to the life that you've had to live up until this point, you have gone through quite a bit to get to this point, and that's why you have the perspective and intelligence that you have now. I would even be saying that you are a little bit of a loner here, due to that King of Swords, like someone that's really prefer the company of animals rather than people. Even the Empress, she's the one that prefers to be around nature and all that there. Gemini, as I was saying though, with this star energy, we don't need to be gushing about you for too much here, right? Because you know yourself, darling, right? Gemini, I do feel for you with this star energy. It's like you have this intelligence, and it's time for you have like the ability essentially to build a bridge from your ideas, from your hopes, your dreams with that star energy, right? Because it's all about like daydreaming, the wishes that you would make when you see 1111, Gemini, and building a bridge from your dreams to the physical reality here. All right, Gemini, I really want you to be taking action this month here. You guys are extremely intelligent. I don't feel like you guys are giving yourself enough credit here. In fact, I know that because I see this Lover's energy, your energy, in the bottom of this deck here in the reverse for you, Gemini. So we'll get into that much later on in this tarot reading here, but you guys are not giving yourself enough credit. All right, if I were a betting person, Gemini, I would be 100% betting on you, Gemini, to have like the most, like, to be the ones that make like the businesses, to be the ones that really create something, that accomplish something big. I would say that you would probably be like the main character of this month here, Gemini, if you were to really honor this King of Swords energy. That's the big if here. All right, if you're willing to gamble on yourself with whatever this is here. So let's start clarifying this. I'm going to do one more bridge shuffle, and then let's get into this here. Clarifying the Star card, we have the Lovers. Very fitting. I was just talking about it just beforehand. All right. So for you, Gemini, right now, this is going to be very specific, but socially, I feel like if you have, this is going to be for the person that has recently either made it known in their spiritual team, maybe you've done like a ritual, a candle magic, something. I feel like there's some type of influence. Maybe you joined like a dating app or made a dating app recently. This is going to be very specific to those people right now, just this portion here, Gemini. And that I feel like this is going to be the month that you need to do what you need to do to feel like you're either fitting for love, Gemini, or fitting for a social kind of connection here, because it's coming. Full energy, the World card coming in here. It's coming. Big transitions, big energies coming towards you here, Gemini. It's like you asked for this. This is what you're going to be getting. It's like that sense of where it's like you ask for your soulmate. Well, your soulmate is off doing this other thing on the other side of the country here. So you got to make your life has to change a little bit to meet them halfway, essentially, right? I'm not saying you're going to be moving or anything like that, Gemini, but I do feel like for those that have been putting in that type of magical intent, you're going to be noticing a lot of things altering in your physical life to get your paths to cross with whoever is next for you in a social way, romantically, platonically, business wise, or what have you. All right. You'll notice those big shifts in your life. And those shifts are intended to get your path crossing with that person to help you get to your goals. All right. Very, very specific channeled message I got there, Gemini. So take it with a grain of salt if you like. The Empress card is being clarified by the 10 of Wands, 2 of Wands, both being in the reverse here. So the thing about it is with you, Gemini, it's like you have a lot of ambition, but I feel like you usually play it extremely safe. All right. You usually play it extremely safe due to the fact of like what it is that you've been having to deal with. Right. I feel like you are not really a big like you like plans, but you've learned not to get too excited or too invested in plans because it always does feel like something comes up right before things are able to fully follow through. Even when it comes to relationships in your life, opportunities in your life, it's like you see something that's so close that's like that you can almost taste it. That would be really good. And just before it happens, it fizzles out. Is something always, the ball always ends up being dropped. It's interesting. We have the 3 of Cups with the Queen of Swords here in the reverse. Okay. Gemini, I will be saying, this is I don't like to make this about third-party energies, Gemini, or any type of shadiness or drama or anything related to that. I will just say, Gemini, you might have recently noticed what someone in your close circle acting different. It's not just in your head. You've noticed it as like it's something that's actually tangible here. Just make sure that you're on the same page with everybody in your social life here. All right. I get like this sense here, Queen of Swords. Well, what is this social thing that I'm even tapping into here? Magician card. Hanged Man in the reverse. The Magician card was also in the reverse there, and the High Priestess is in the reverse. All right, Gemini, there's some of that I feel like you need to protect yourself spiritually from, because right now they're going through like a personal spiral. You know, the best way I could put this here, Gemini, it's like, you know, when we have like our friends or our loved ones or even ourselves sometimes, darling Gemini, where it's just like mentally we're just not doing our best because of life, and we end up doing self-sabotaging, or we end up, you know, hurting the ones we love most because we're just trying to deal with our stresses and dramas here. I feel like there's someone in your life that's starting to build up either resentment or what have you because of, I can't really tell the reasoning here, Gemini. This seems to be stemming from like insecurity or stuff that's been going on in their life because they're miserable. They want to make, I don't want to say they want to make you miserable as well, but I notice it's just like that sense of where it's like, it's almost as if it's impossible for this one person to be happy for you because of how unhappy they are with their own life. That's what I get with that. So what you have to be looking forward to, Gemini, you have the 5 of Cups in the reverse, the 9 of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles here. So what you have to be looking forward to, I feel like you're going to be healing. There's something that I feel like that maybe you are fully aware that's been in control of your life for a while, or maybe not. I feel like there's certain things you're going to be reaching closures with, or just healing from the past. So this can be healing from the sense of like trust issues that happened in the past, or maybe healing how you see yourself from the past. Maybe you had a low sense of self-worth from the past because of X, Y, and Z, right? There's something that I feel like is unexpectedly going to be healing, and I'm actually going to be leaning towards the latter because of the Page of Pentacles and 9 of Cups here. The 9 of Cups, this is your second card, Gemini, talking about a wish being granted for you. And the Page of Pentacles is a card of either someone extending out their pentacle to you, communication, or a new stream of revenue picking up for you, Gemini. All right. So this is what you have to be looking forward to. Let's start clarifying this. Clarifying this King of the Page of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups in the reverse, the Empress in the reverse here, and the Knight of Swords. This gives me a sense of where it's like you start taking something really personally, Gemini. it's like, for example, maybe you got rejected from a job application and you're just like, oh man, like, do I just suck or what have you? And then something else coming along that validates your existence, that is very healing for you. So for example, maybe you haven't had the best dating history, or maybe you just haven't had the best luck when it comes to getting businesses off the ground and getting money going, right? And it started getting to the point where you started internalizing things and it was bugging you quite a bit here. In this type of dynamic here, so be expecting something in the near future to really validate you, Gemini, and to relieve you of those like internal stresses that you've been feeling, or anxieties, or feeling lesser than, or imposter syndrome perhaps. All right, clarifying the 9 of Cups, we have that 7 of Wands energy here. Yeah, Gemini, again, I'm not going to harp on this too much here, but I'm noticing the same connecting thing here of where it's like someone is not able to be happy for you in your future here, Gemini, because of like what's going on in their own personal life here. And with the 7 of Wands here, it may be more than one specific person. I almost even want to be saying with all this, especially because of that World card, all this major arcana energy that we have overall going on for you, Gemini, this leads me to believe that I feel like you might be outgrowing a social group, family, even like you're outgrowing a multitude of people, because it's like when you'll know you're outgrowing people is when it's just like the people that you usually have been around can no longer be happy for you and like what it is that you're doing. 8 of Swords coming in here. Now this was also in the reverse here on that 5 of Cups in the reverse. Really positive here, Gemini. I really feel like insecurities are being lifted here. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of confidence, something that has been keeping you down, or you've been holding yourself back because of a personal insecurity. Maybe you've been afraid of using your voice or what have you. For some reason, something in that sphere is going to be getting rectified. Something in that way is going to cause for that to happen. All right. So what you need to hear today, Gemini, you have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Lovers card in the reverse here. So Gemini, this is your energy, right? Once again, this Lovers card popping up for you, honey. All right. So what you need to be hearing today, Gemini, is that I feel like there has been something that has made you feel like you are not as valuable as you currently are, Gemini. All right. And so I hope by the end of this reading that you understand that I'm not just saying these nice things about you, Gemini, just because. All right. I think I gain nothing from it, but I think I'm also a little bit more, make it more of a point to be tender to my Geminis, because I feel like they are the zodiac sign that gets like the middle child syndrome, where they get forgotten about or they get stereotyped, right? Everyone hates on a Gemini because it's like the cool thing to do, right, in pop culture. And I don't know why I'm going on that tangent there, but anyways, Gemini, I just want you to give yourself more credit, I suppose. That's overall what I want you to do, is to like give yourself more credit. I feel like the world is really available to you. Temperance energy, Ace of Wands, 7 of Cups here, King of Wands even afterwards in the back of the deck here. I feel like you're capable of quite a bit. Yeah, you're capable of quite a lot in your life here, Gemini. If you choose to, you could really have your hands dipped into many different pots. You could really do quite a bit. You could play a really big role in this lifetime, or you could play a small one, whatever you decide here, Gemini. But do have the understanding that even if you choose one way or another, it's your choice. You are the one that's in control of it here. All right. I don't know. When it comes to this energy here, Gemini, there's really not too much to unpack with this, other than where it's just like this is like a time where it's like I don't feel like words really are going to be the comfort here. I feel like it's going to be news that comforts you. I feel like it's going to be like a hug. Like honestly, I just want to like hug you, because it just like it makes me sad when I see this energy, because I'm just like why is my Gemini not seeing themselves in their fullest potential, in their fullest beauty? All right. And I see in the future you work on that, right? Because in the second row, what you have looking forward to, like you overcome it. But it's just like the initial part, right? It's like you never want to see like a loved one going through the struggles of depression, even though you know that's the natural thing. Sometimes that just happens. But just know that I'm right always here, Gemini. And I love you so much, darling. And I hope I can connect you sometime in the near future. Thank you so much for this privilege of allowing me to read your tarot cards, and I'll connect to you later. Bye, Gemini.